In financial market environments, models guide decisions until they shouldn't. There are moments when following the model is the wrong action to take. Unfortunately, those moments are rarely obvious. It's fair to say that most models are still built on historical data relationships. But what we're seeing more and more is that markets do not always behave according to that historical data relationship. And this is especially the case when we have a regime shift where old assumptions start to weaken. We see pressure increasing through these market environments as we are now. Arguably, we can look at the Iran Israel conflict and we can start to see some interesting divergences from past key market parameters, DXY being a great example. And we see that signals start to conflict with one another. And that's where things can become very dangerous for an organization because that prior confidence in a model or in the model that had been performing very well makes it very difficult to pull away, to strip away from believing in the power of that model or the applicability of that model, the value of that model. The uncomfortable reality is that exceptions in real time, and exceptions in this instance would refer to the conflicting in signals and that inability of the signal to perhaps dictate the optimal decision at that key moment, becomes very difficult to manage and to make rational new decisions with exceptions in real time. And that means that judgment sometimes means making a call way before consensus agrees with what has actually occurred in the market, i.e., that regime shift that perhaps started to show its existence ends up becoming a true shift in market dynamics. That's something that sometimes takes time to play out, and the ability to make that call upstream, to be independent enough to make that judgment call to step away from what the model had been showing us is not an easy thing to do, quite frankly. Occasionally, we need to step away from the model entirely. Courage is required in these moments, rationality, um, experience in many instances. Judgment matters most when models appear most convincing. That is where experience earns its value.